Ahem! Hey, yo, what's good, everyone? Hello. Welcome back to yet another Rev YouTube Streamerino. I hope everyone in the chat is doing well today. Welcome back. As always, if you're a regular here, you know the drill. But if you're new, first of all, welcome in. And second of all, we're about to do something very important, and that is attendance. We take roll call, ladies and gentlemen. If you're here in the stream, let it be known. Let it be known that you're a sentient human being sitting at your computer or on your phone. Say something in the chat. Make sure to like the stream. Make sure to subscribe, to put on your notifications. Consider becoming a member or even gifting memberships. Or super chatting, as several of you have already done, as we work towards the super chat goal for today, which is going to be a fun one. Something different. A little bit of a competition. Yeah, a bit of a competition to see who is the most bannable Twitch streamer, according to you, the audience. So once we reach 10 super chats, we'll start that competition. And you, the people, will decide. And of course, your voice matters so much. Our XP bar is low. Can't imagine anything harder than that, ladies and gentlemen. But to follow through on my promises on the old YouTubes, let me not hide behind my screen here and say hello. Yeah, as you can see right there, once we reach the super chat goal, you can leave a super chat with your votes for who is the most bannable Twitch streamer. And it's going to be between Morgpie and Hasan. A battle of titans right here. How was your weekend, and what are the oranges for? Oh man, two great questions, by the way. Weekend, greats. It's good to not be someone who's dealing with a flurry like a certain individual. But also, the oranges, we still don't know what they're for. We may never know what the oranges are for. Glass is too big? Absolutely not. How could you? No way. But we got lots of oranges for Diana yesterday. That was a fun stream. Absolutely. Glasses are looking quite normal size today, my lord. Yes, I have to agree. I did accidentally drag them off of my model earlier, so hopefully they're looking decent. But number one here, David Martinez with the $5 super chat saying, I claim the first cherry. Well, it is absolutely yours. You have secured the cherry. Nobody's claimed the orange yet. Very important. Perhaps orange equals crab? You know what? I'll entertain anything. Sure, why not? I've seen bigger glasses have you. Not on this model, because it's consistent every single stream and video. Obviously. And Phantom with the $10 super chat, saying a wild rev has appeared. Well, thank you very much for that. Yes, I have appeared. It's been a good day. I hope you guys are having a great day as well. Got one vidya out for today, a second one for later. That's already all set to go. And this stream, man, I was on side scrollers earlier today, which was definitely a lot of fun. As per usual, dibs on lemon. We'll see about that, giggles. We'll see about that. But we got lots to talk about in the stream. We got some, we're going to go over kind of the shoe on head situation involving Hasan fans who are very upset. Another crash out by Hasan as well. Still crashing out over, you guessed it, Pragmata. And also crashing out over major news networks starting to dunk on him. Very funny. And then we'll look at another situation, a very disturbing one, involving all the slop tubers, which I have a small connection to, I guess. And then there's maybe something else, might be forgetting. Oh, we can look at the Morgpie stuff as well. For sure. She's coming after VTubers. for not reading the TOS. Crazy. Crazy. But yeah. Also, like I mentioned, the super chat goal for today, we're already 20% on, ladies and gentlemen. Once we hit those 10, we'll start the competition. I'll let you guys super chat and votes with those super chats. And contribute towards who is the most bannable Twitch streamer among Hasan and Morgpie. Who deserves it the most? We will find out later today. But yo, Gabe with the $5 super chat saying, "You're not wild. Straub already caught you a while ago. Get back in your ball." So true. I am domesticated. 100% domesticated at this point. There's nothing I can do about it. I am whipped. As any good husband would be, of course. Yo, Captain Jake with the big $10 super chat saying, "Hey Rev, how are you doing? And I have been catching up on the Diana situation and enjoying seeing Shu wrecked weirdos like Hasan. Keep up the amazing content." Well, thank you very much. I enjoy seeing that too, and I am doing pretty well. Thank you for asking. I hope everyone's doing well on this fine, where are we? Tuesday. Early nights, late afternoon, whatever you want to call it. Thank you for that, Captain Jake. And Phantom with another 5 saying, "Would love to stick around, but wife made me a cake for my birthday. I'm off. Have a great stream." That's right. You mentioned it earlier at the Side Scrollers podcast. Happy birthday again. You are very lucky to have a wife who does nice things for you. Enjoy your time and enjoy the rest of your birthday. For sure. Thank you so much for popping in. I do appreciate that. Many good tidings on your birthday. We're already 50% on the super chat goal, ladies and gentlemen. I'm kind of itching to start this competition. Yo! Fallen Hero with the gifted membership. Thank you very much, W Gifter. You'll love to see it. We love our gifters. Thank you very much for that, and congrats to Panic Boys for receiving that membership. You just made one new Revling very happy. Excuse me as I got some coffee. But we are basically caught up, and I think we're going to start here in just a second. I'm not going to delay too long. What's up, Cisco? Yeah, hello, chat. Everyone, welcome in, welcome in. Hope you guys are doing well. That's all I can ask. Oh, actually, you know what I was going to show? For when, of course, inevitably, when the competition starts, this is what it's going to look like. I wasn't very creative, but, you know, we got the thumbnail from the stream, we got the dollar amounts, and that's how we're going to gauge who is the most bannable Twitch streamer. And yes, I did toss this in Grok earlier, and it looks fantastic, ladies and gentlemen. Fantastic. You know what? We didn't get hoverboards or flying cars or anything like that, but we did get funny memes. We got a nice meme generator. And you know what? What else could you ask for? What else could you ask for? Yo, Quad Manny with the $10 super chat saying, "Hello, Rev. What is your preferred meat for spaghetti?" Well, I would definitely say beef. Yeah, of course. Just standard beef. Ground beef, meat sauce, whatever. Chicken, I really like chicken with spaghetti. And if we're going, I know it's not really a meat, but shrimp, that's okay. Shrimp with a white sauce, that's pretty good, but you know what I'm saying. But thank you for the 10. And honestly, I just love spaghetti. I love pasta. Can't get enough of it. Yo, I'm just sweeping, but I'm doing well with hearing the stream. I love to hear stuff like that. When people are multitasking and using me as background noise. Very cool. That's what I'm cooking. Hey, yo. You got some for the rest of the class? I like chicken spaghetti, but it's like baked with cheese and cream sauce. Yeah, like a baked spaghetti. Although that's supposed to be like offensive to the real Italians out there, but that's okay. Some shrimp Alfredo. I could get a pizza. That's right. All right, I'm gonna switch over here. Bada bing, that's not what I wanted. I wanted this. Ladies and gentlemen, we are just 6 hours away from the Rev plushie campaign hitting its 1 week to go mark. We are at 293 units raised. I said, once we hit the official week mark, I wanted to be at 300 units raised. Guys, we're going to have to average about 1 unit per hour. Can we do it? We're absolutely so close. It's insane. I didn't think it was possible, but we got so close. We almost have to do it now. Then again, I don't really have anything to promote it other than right now on stream. So, you know, I believe in big things happening here. I believe in big things happening here. Dinner Rev, I know Straub is... Well, you stream for so long. That's your fault. That's your fault. Also, you can join anytime you want, by the way, over here. Or have a snack. Do whatever you want. Or do both. Who knows? But here's the 360 view of this little Rebling. If you haven't had a chance, 1 week left to claim this little Rebling for your own. Use the link in the pinned comment if you want to check out this campaign and check out Straub's as well. She's at nearly 200 herself, which is dang impressive. That's a lot of Revlings and Strawbies out there for sure, or Straw babies. That's right. Yo, Lich with the $5 super chat saying, thank you for the consistent quality videos and streams. Love listening while I game. Well, I appreciate your continued support of the channel. Longtime viewer right here. I appreciate that very, very much. Thank you for the kind words and the 5. That's now 7 out of 10 on the daily super chat goal. Then we begin the competition of competitions. Ladies and gentlemen, we're that dang close. Yeah, don't forget to pick up Straub's plushie as well. But one last little shill right here. You W mark it. Use the pinned comment, the link there, to find this page. You can check out not just my plushie, but the rest of my merch line as well. And as Straub mentioned on her stream earlier, she has a birthday line currently out for herself, and we're going to be doing one for my birthday coming up in a few months. So we got to think of some cool ideas for that. That'll be lots of fun. Lots of fun. Okay. I think we're ready to start here. We're just going to go over what I talked about in my first video today. We're going to do that kind of quick. And we're going to look at some more Hasan crashout related activities. And I think we'll watch a little vidya. And one more thing possibly, and that'll be a strum. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for the contents? Gotta head back into work. Hopefully stream's still going when I get off, but if not, I'll catch it later. Have a great rest of your day, everyone, and Rev and Straub. Thank you, Gabe. I hope you have a good time at work. Thank you for dropping in. That is right. Adopt them both. Yes, adopt both of the plushies. Very important. Very, very important. Okay, let's begin right here. Ladies and gentlemen, it must be a day that ends in Y. There is yet another round of Pragmata-related drama. What's interesting is, Pragmata is still sitting over 20,000 in-game players, which is very impressive for a single-player game, by the way. It's actually maintaining its base better than Marathon, which is a whole can of worms. If you mention anything about Marathon's player count on Twitter, for example, you're going to get jumped. Okay, they're very defensive about that game. Okay, very defensive. But of course, you guys kind of know the drill, right? On the one hand, you have millions of people around the world just enjoying this wholesome father-daughter dynamic between Hugh and Diana. In particular, a lot of people enjoying Diana as just a cute character, something wholesome to enjoy, something very wholesome to enjoy. But, you know, the other side, people being weird, people trying to pervert something so innocent, so wholesome, making a slew of disgusting tweets and articles, trying to claim that fans of this game are perverts and predators and incels and all of these things. In fact, you have some legendary articles like this saying gaming cannot allow Pragmata's Diana fan club to flourish, trying to claim that fans of this game are all these gross things. Now, of course, this author has not actually played the game and has no idea what's going on here. But one of the people to weigh in was Shoe-on-Head, basically saying, I cannot believe people are so mad at this game and people celebrating this game on social media. Because, well, yes, there are responsibilities that come with being a parent, but there's so much good. And isn't it a good thing that people really just want to have a wholesome relationship and to have kids and do stuff like that? Well, she would deliver with a video. We reacted to it yesterday, which obviously she went through all of the different angles people were attacking this game and its fans from, and as a VTuber, of course, as pointed out by Kitsu here, you have to react. But there's one clip in particular I shared from her video that really sums up the sort of nonsense that we're dealing with here.
Oh my god, Diana is so precious and adorable. I'm gonna love this game. Thanks for telling everyone why you want to play the game, before you make up some other excuse to hide your pedophilia. What? I feel like this girl character is an objectification of the idealized child. She's pulled right from the patriarchal white supremacist imagination, the perfect pure white girl child that must be protected so she can produce the next white generation.
And a new meme was born instantaneously. What a fantastic bit right there from Shoe-on-Head. But she raises, you know, just a small snapshot of the people crashing out over this game, including one that I really didn't talk about myself too much. People thinking this game was some psyop to, like, promote white nationalism. Very strange for a game that involves an android made by Japanese developers, but anyways, she also touches upon the anti-natalist propaganda that everyone's been exposed to for quite some time. And if you don't know what that means, anti-natalist propaganda is basically convincing people that having a family is a bad thing, that wanting children is a bad thing. It's a very real thing. Like I mentioned, there was a situation recently where there's a viral tweet of a woman celebrating declining birth rates in America as something empowering. That is the product of anti-natalist propaganda. But of course, people on Twitter to this day are saying there's no such thing as this sort of propaganda, and you guys are just predators and have breeding fetishes. Well, first of all, having a breeding fetish is just, you know, being like a normal person who wants to, you know, like do that thing that ensures the survival of our species, but also you can see them projecting and calling people predators for what? Enjoying this game. There's also a lot of racism, and I am, you know, not trying to overlook the fact that this is a Japanese game, and when it comes to Twitter, well, they feel open and comfortable being racist towards the Japanese. And you can see posts like this: Prag MAGA is only popular because of weird conservative propaganda. That's why it's only popular in weird countries and only talked about in politic discourse. And they show the copies sold in Japan with Tomodachi Life versus Pragmata that they label as a obvious predator gooner baits with a weird child bare feet, which if you're going out of your way to label this, I think you are projecting your own observations and what you're noticing above all else. Also, I've seen how the West has interacted with this game, including a viral post making a rendition of Charlie Kirk getting struck in the neck. So, people on Twitter have made that even weird, but yeah, a lot of racism again towards the Japanese, who, by the way, have been featured in many different tweets, like celebrating the wholesome nature of this game and being inspired to consider having families and things like that. That's the real reaction on the Japanese side of Twitter, but you saw Shoe on Head bring up this classic meme because that's the truth. A lot of, let's just say, proprietors of online adult content were some of the loudest people angry about Pragmata. Because I guess the concept of a happy father-daughter relationship really hit too close to home. And when they saw people feeling something wholesome about this game, they had to shut that down. Now, one of the people to be very angry, as we've seen, is Hasan Piker, who in a clip, as we've played before, basically said if you're getting inspired by this game, you are a sexless incel loser. And of course, it's a lot of projection. We know that his entire life revolves around hedonism and impressing others, and also he puts a very weird value on people having intercourse, as if that makes their opinion more valid or not. But of course, the concept of the rabbit clock meme, whatever you want to call it, very triggering for Hasan because his secret girlfriend, Valkyrie, is 34 and has committed herself to not having children whatsoever. But in her video, Shoe on Head talked about Hasan and his very aggressive comments about this game and its concept, its dynamics. And she pointed out something that I think should be talked about more. Let's give it a listen.
First of all, the only care about something if it affects you is extremely libertarian coded and also very weird coming from a guy who understandably wants everybody to care about a genocide that is happening across the ocean. Second of all, what is this nihilistic horseshit? You never aspire for anything, never aim for greatness and meeting. This is the dude the media wants us to believe is going to save young men from the alt-right pipeline.
Oh, good.
Yeah, okay. And I love how he's like, unfuckable losers. Like, okay, congrats on the sex, bro. Check out this sex haver over here. I'm sure all those unfuckable losers could easily go to foreign brothels and pay for sex like you, Hasan. Something weird about a man who could easily consensually get sex from a woman but chooses to go to a brothel. I don't know. Just saying. Also, 35? No kids?
Very, very true. Tick, tick, tock. It's very obvious he's angry because of projection. Okay? And she raises the point that I want to hammer home as much as everyone else. Why does a man like Hasan have to pay for intimacy? You know, it's not just that that brothel was investigated. It's that he had to pay for these things. It's very, very interesting for the guy who's constantly calling everyone a sexless loser and an incel, among other things. But this clip was shared, and some of Hasan's fans were not happy about this. Squidward Leninism, with the big quote here saying, "The world's biggest pick-me on her Hasan bad arc to please her Nazi incel audience." Ah, yes. The Nazi incel audience that does what exactly? Enjoys video games? And imagine being this person, not only defending Hasan Piker, but, you know, falling for this guy's LARP. This guy's LARP, you know, he's literally the communist with a Gucci bag, okay? Talk about a pick-me. This guy is literally the pick-me of these commie LARPers. Okay, he recently came out and talked about how unbelievably easy it is to grift stupid people. All he has to do is dress the part, claim he's some commie, Meanwhile, he's slumming it with $250,000 sports cars, living in a mansion, dressing in clothes that are equal to what you earn in a month's salary. Okay, it is that easy to grift stupid people, and that's what Hasan does every single day. It is painful to be a person. It must be a very painful existence to be absolutely captured by Hasan's commie grift. Brutal. Yo, what's up, Texan Rider? Welcome back. And here's some more quotes. When will this creepy, reanimated Barbie doll F off into the woods with her insane 13th Nazi boyfriend? I'm so tired of hearing this woman's opinion, man. She's the biggest capital G grifter on the effing planet. Goes wherever her boyfriend pulls her by the hair. It's a aggressive thing to say. The so-called progressive people getting very angry when a woman has an opinion. They're immediately like shut up, and then saying vaguely sexual remarks to her while claiming that she's just brainwashed by men around her. And also calling her the biggest capital G grifter out there. Excuse me, that's me! Okay? That's my title. I'm very offended this user would give it to someone else. Not fair at all. Also, hello, Straub. She just rolled on in.
Hello, it's funny every time you say that.
Oh, you got a cheese stick.
Yeah.
You don't have the bad one, the bad cheese stick.
Yeah, these are the good ones.
I'm slowly working through it. Yeah, she is married, by the way.
You got the Sargento ones. They taste really bad.
It's not that they taste bad, they're like hard.
They're like rubber.
Yeah.
These
but they're good protein.
Frigo cheese heads. These taste better.
And those are like the cheaper brand, too. Makes no sense. Yo, what's up, Billy Donuts? Oh, you got some donuts to hand out, bro? Welcome back, welcome back. But let's see another quote here. This person saying, best monetized pick-me on the internets. Again, I thought that was me! Actually, that might be Straub, because they call you a pick-me. That's more reserved for women.
True.
Yes. Of course, of course. She has a kid, literally, and that's, like, part of the point, right? Like, she is an actual mother saying, hey, this game is wholesome. And yes, there's responsibilities that come with parenthood, but there's so much good, and the good clearly outweighs the quote-unquote bad. And if someone's inspired by this game or themes like it, awesome. Awesome. It's so good to see people inspired to continue their bloodlines. Isn't that awesome? Well, no, people are absolutely miserable, including individuals like this, saying she went from warning about incels years ago to now grifting for their attention. It's actually so effing sad. Also, WTF does something Hasan did one time 15 years ago have to do with making fun of losers who treat every piece of new media as an attack on their own insecurities? Well, tell that last part to Hasan, by the way. But the thing that's funny is, bringing up something from 15 years ago, I mean, Hasan would do that to any one of his critics without hesitation, so I think it is relevant. And also, for a guy who constantly calls people sexless losers, it's just ironic that, well, he is a sex payer. He pays for intimacy with women. That is a very embarrassing thing, and it's something he's brought up multiple times, trying to claim is something that is virtuous. He thinks he's doing women a service, that he's empowering women, and that brothels are actually good for women, which, you know, this is supposed to be the progressive guy. And he's like, yeah, get in that brothel. You're so empowered.
That's what I was saying. I was like, isn't he supposed to be a leftist?
It's like that meme,
isn't he
like...
supposed to be like, I want what's best for everyone. I want people to succeed and be happy. And
it's like that meme from, whatever that one show is. It's like, he's got the little easel with the idea board. And he's like, listen, prostitutes, but we call them empowered. Yeah, that's how we'll sell this. That's exactly what he's doing right here. But let me read these super chats from Texan Rider with a 5 saying, the people and celebrities who support communism or socialism should really listen to people that fled communist or socialist countries. Yeah, they do listen, and then they call them idiots. And they say that their experience is invalid, or that they're brainwashed, or they're like fascists or something. Like, it's insane. It's kind of like I talked about a lot of like the trans activists on social media going just feral whenever they see a detransitioner because it kind of undermines their entire ideology. Same thing with people who escaped communism. The commie LARPers hate those people with a burning passion because they go against their entire narrative. And Benjamin with the 5 saying, Pragmata isn't game of the year, it's a game of a lifetime. Not for its gameplay or anything, for its messaging to have families and children. It's great. Shinzo Abe would be proud. This is a good message, ladies and gentlemen. And look at that, we're just one super chat away from starting the most bannable Twitch streamer competition. Just one away, ladies and gentlemen. You love to see it. But I believe, oh yeah, I got this quote that really sums this up great. Okay, this person says, when Shu asks, what does incel mean anymore, because people use it so flippantly, it's because she doesn't understand how the insult works. Incel does not refer to a man who is an involuntary celibate. It refers to a man that the leftists believe deserves to be an involuntary celibate. Now, of course, this is the literal, actual definition right here. But I get what this person's saying. It's not about someone who's wanting to have sex but cannot, is unable to. It's about what these people think about them. They think that this person should be an incel when they call you one, right? That is the whole point. But Hasan hasn't really responded yet. I'd love to see him respond to this. This was very fun. I just thought this was a funny tweet. If the president doesn't want to be called a Nazi, perhaps he should stop behaving like one.
I saw that.
Really interesting. That's coming from the guy who has a 65-part compilation of him calling for political violence and glorifying terrorism. And he gets very mad when you call him an extremist or a terrorist sympathizer. Wow, I wonder why. I wonder why, man. Stones in glass houses, I say. But let me switch over here because we have now entered the next phase of the stream here on multiple levels here. Eljon Belong with the $5 super chat saying, sorry I'm late. Here's my desu tax. Ah, look at that. He hasn't been saying the D word as much recently. People have pointed that out, but you guys got it because it was in the message. Can't help it. But that is now the super chat goal completed for the day. And now we start the next thing. You see this down here? We're doing the most bannable Twitch streamer competition. It's between Hasan and Morgue Pie. Now you can see right here. If you super chat from this point on, make sure, if you want, of course, to leave a super chat with your votes of who's the most bannable Twitch streamer out of these two. Who deserves the ban? Who has run amok of the rules more? Morgue Pie or Hasan? So if you leave a message or you leave a super chat, include your pick in your message. I'm keeping track and we'll see who wins by the end of the stream. Side scroller style, I totally ripped it off from them. Absolutely. It's $1 million idea. I love it. Okay? Don't even know who Morgue Pie is? Well, we'll introduce you to Morgue Pie in just a second. Because she is I believe, a 12-time Twitch ban recipient who's popping off on VTubers, saying they need to learn how to read the TOS. Very interesting. But let me get back here. So, yeah, if you do super chat and want to participate, make sure you let your opinion be known. And here we got Demon Time with the 5 saying, sorry I'm late. For once, the YouTube lottery decided not to notify me. Boo.
I didn't think. Just
You
saying.
did? Oh, okay.
So if you're in the Discord,
yeah, the RNG, unfortunately. But thank you for showing up. Good to see you as always. Intimidator with the 5 saying cheese stick. Your wife Straub should try our honey barbecue flavored cheese curds where I work. They're definitely one of my favorites. Well, that sounds amazing, actually. Thank you for that, Intimidator. We would love a bite. And Mr. Drew Magoo with the $10 super chat saying, what's your favorite dinosaur, Rev? And it is the Velociraptor.
If you guys
100%.
don't know, Rev actually was always a big dinosaur person.
Yep.
Like growing up,
I was a dino head.
That was his favorite thing ever, was dinosaurs.
Absolutely. But yes, the Velociraptor, that is a very good question. Very good question, sir. I appreciate it. Then we got Demon Time with the 5 saying, bro, Morg Pie wins because Hasan is disqualified by default since Twitch refuses to ban him, and I don't even know who the F this B is. Well, that's $5. $5 a month.
Someone has to
for Morg
send
Pie.
something for it. Hasan has to win. What is this?
I clicked on the wrong thing. Look at this old setup.
That is old.
Hey guys, if you gift 5 subs, the glasses will get bigger.
Apparently.
That was a banger stream. Apparently we only did it once that stream because we had 8 subs that day. But I'm sure it was worth it. Oh, we had a merch drop with Ooh Market. Ayo. Time is a circle, clearly. Right there. But I meant to pull this up. That's where we're going to be tracking this stuff. I'm writing it down on a piece of paper and I will update periodically. We're doing this the old-fashioned way. Yo, and David Martinez with the 5 saying, Hasan, also female VTubers need to stop giving this guy the benefit of the doubt for Kaya's sake. There's $5 for Hasan Piker. Thank you very much for that. So yeah, from this point on, if you do any super chats, let it be known who you are voting for in terms of the most bannable, the most deserving of a ban on Twitch. Morg Pie or Hasan Piker. Alright, let me close this. And we got 2 from Cat Draco saying Hasan gets my vote. Ayo, Rev, have a good day. Well, thank you very much for that. Another 2 for Hasan. There you go. Beautiful stuff. Thank you for that. And let me pull up. Okay, pull up the next thing for today we're going to talk about real quick. Some more Hasanabi crashouts. I love this image. That's what I look like, chat. His head is
this
so...
is not real.
Yes, it is.
That's not a real
Okay, you're right. It is fake. It is altered. His head is actually a little bit bigger in this photo. It's literally got a walnut going on in there. Just bouncing around. But it works. You know, it works.
I don't think he's stupid. I think he knows exactly.
No, I agree. I think sometimes he finds himself in hypocrisy because he just has to go with it. He's not as dumb as people think. Sure, he makes plenty of mistakes.
I think if people say these people are dumb, it gives them honestly too much credit.
Yes.
I think people are smarter than that. They choose to make stupid decisions and say stupid things because it benefits them.
Very true. Oliver with the 5 saying, I think I might be allergic to hypocrisy because I joined the stream and seen us talking about Hasan and my allergies kicked in. Get Hasan banned, please. Wow, okay. That is 5 more for Hasan. I like this bit. Okay, I like this bit very much. In fact, honestly, where's the thing? There, I'll put on this one too. There we go. Beautiful, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful. But let's get on with this topic right here. Let me make sure, of course, it's reloading. Because, of course, let me just... And... Okay, now we're loaded up. The poo-poo PC is ready to go. But yeah, over the past couple of days, and really of all time, we've seen many crash outs from Hasan. It's pretty much a daily routine at this point, Hasan crashing out over X, Y, and Z, but over the past couple of weeks, it's been one thing in particular that's been driving him up a wall, and that is Pragmata. Now, a lot of people have been criticizing his take where he called Pragmata fans a bunch of touch-starved losers, to put it nicely, and of course, this is all projection. The clock is ticking for Hasan in many different ways, not just for himself, but also for his opportunity to have a family with his secret girlfriend, Valkyrie, as she gets older and older and also expresses no interest in having children anytime soon. She has literally picked a career over having a family for the future. Very sad stuff. But more and more people keep coming out and dunking on Hasan's take, including the Abba and Preach duo here. And they were critical of his Pragmata take, but Hasan was not having it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give this a quick listen together.
I don't think wanting to be a dad is weird. Oh my god, do you guys not have any other fucking content?
No, buddy, you are the content. I regret to inform you, you are the content. Seethe all you want. People are going to farm you forever. Okay? It's because of terrible takes like this. And he's saying, I didn't say it's weird to have a family. Dude, you literally call people like creepy loser incels for wanting a family or being inspired by Pragmata. We know what happened. You can't gaslight us like your audience.
Jesus Christ, get off my dick, bro. Holy shit. How many more years of this, like, reluctantly attacking Hasan and then agreeing with his fucking primary focus reluctantly 2 years after the fact are we gonna do?
Okay, I don't think anyone's gonna change their minds on your take 2 years later. I don't think people need 2 years to process this latest take that having a family or wanting a family is cringe behavior from incels. It's not going to take 2 years for people to come around on this one.
Over and over again. No, they're not. I just don't understand. I don't understand. I don't think it's weird to want to be a dad, man. I'm talking shit about gamers, okay? Capital G gamers.
So what? Like, it's just gamers? If gamers express this, they're the weirdos? That's who he's talking about? I thought you were a gamer, Hasan. What's going on here?
Who are like weirdo fucking white supremacist incels who are like, yeah, this game is going to repopulate the planet.
We're going to get...
Nobody is saying that.
About, you know, whether or not women's biological clock is ticking. You got posted in a lot of gamer subreddits. Ooh, nice. Your Pragmata take pissed off incels. You offended the pedos and the capital G gamers and the incels. Yeah, what they're offended by, I think, primarily is...
I love how first it started with gamers and now it's just incels and...
Yeah, dude, you got me. I was actually fucking attacking every gamer on the planet. Like, man.
You just said it was about gamers. What is he talking about?
Man, this is low budget bullshit. I don't even want to fucking entertain it, okay? Again, I can't...
Hey, Hasan. Two black men were speaking and you just cut them off. You didn't want to have anything to do with what they were saying? Not very woke of you, buddy. Yeah, you want them to have a voice until they're saying something different than you, or they're criticizing you. Not very woke.
Explained this to you guys enough. I got fucking government ops, okay? I got the entire propaganda apparatus of the nation state of Israel inside of my fucking asshole. I got like 55 different articles being written about me on a daily fucking basis on Fox News.
You sound like you like it, dude.
I'm not gonna have to. I don't want to have a back and forth with Abba and fucking Preach, okay?
Amazing.
Over what they misunderstood about my take, where it's like, oh, I guess he's backtracking to incels now.
No one's saying you're backtracking. They're just saying your take is atrocious. What are we missing here? The gaslighting is actually insane.
You know? Yeah, I am, dude. You fucking caught me. I got so embarrassed that I was shitting on every gamer, every man, actually. Every man that wants to be a father, I was shitting on them, and you caught me because you're fucking brilliant. God forbid you misunderstood the original take that I was making. God forbid. That's never a perspective with any of these guys.
Just explain it then.
No one on the internet ever does this thing where they're like, hold on, let me see what he means. No, I've already been established as a fucking villain for a lot of these dudes, okay?
This seems like a very happy individual. I seriously, he seems like a very happy guy for sure. Everyone wants to be like Hasan. He's thriving. He is a testament that money solves all your problems. Being famous solves all your problems. If you're famous and rich, you'll be a very happy person, right? Clearly, having something beyond yourself to care about, like a family, won't fill that void inside of you whatsoever. It's just more Twitch numbers and money.
Okay, for a lot of these dudes, and it does so well on the algorithm that they just go, yeah, I'm a professional misunderstander of the point that he's making. God forbid you fucking agree with me, you know? You only agree with me maybe 2 years after the fact, you know?
You know, your takes are really bad when your best defense is saying I'm misunderstood while never explaining what's being misunderstood, and then saying that maybe 2 years from now you'll come around and realize that I had a point. Like, that's crazy. That's really desperate right there. But he mentioned the apparatus of propaganda coming down on him, and he mentioned news outlets. Well, it turns out Fox News is talking about him live, and they are really digging into Hasan, and it's not going well for him. Let's take a look here, because they called him a little twerp, and he's not taking it well.
You hear it as orders, and I think that a lot of the folks that listen to that little waste of space twerp Hasan Piker, they don't understand that he's monetizing this, by the way. So he's saying these things that maybe he believes, maybe he doesn't, maybe he adds an extra layer of filth on it for a little more money. They're making money off of saying these disgusting things, right? And so he sits there in his little podcast mic, and to me, he's a worthless waste of space. However, the First Amendment protects his right to be
Imagine getting called a little twerp waste of space on national television. That is fantastic. Fantastic news. Say whatever you want about Fox News. They're killing it with this bit. That's for sure.
Worthless waste of space. That's why it's incumbent upon parents now more than ever to know what your kids are watching, to have honest discussions at home.
Yeah, don't let them
Make
watch
sure
Hasan.
that they're not watching people like that.
Bingo.
And getting horrible ideas.
Little twerp is pretty funny. I'm 6'4", 240 pounds. Okay.
That's his takeaway from everything. She just said that he's like this awful person, that he's a terrible influence on children out there, and nobody should allow their children to listen to a maniac like him. And his takeaway is, I'm 6'4". I'm not little. I'm 6'4", 240 pounds. I'm a beefcake. I'm this big tall guy. What? How could you possibly call me a waste of space? I'm 6'4". I'm 6'4". No, did they not get my measurements before they made this segment? I'm 6'4". He's so insecure, it's actually insane.
There are not that many guys that look like me on the Republican side. Let's be real.
Thank
okay?
goodness.
Calling me a fucking little twerp is very funny.
Yes.
Michael Fusco Art, thank you for the 50 bones. God damn. Is it 50? 67 bones. 67. Oh, God.
He did the thing. He did the thing. He got a 6-7 donation. Guys, are you gonna let him, like... I'm not even gonna say it. I've been trolled by my own chat. I have to say I relate to Hasan for once, but he actually played into it. That's the difference between me and Hasan, okay? He actually unironically does the 6-7 when he gets $67, okay? I get mad at you because I won't tolerate that Zoomer crap when it happens, okay? No, stop it, chat. I don't allow it. But that's the irony of this, right? He's so insecure. All these arguments, all these things being said about him, all the dunking on him. His takeaway is, I'm 6'4". He got hit where it hurts the most. He got called a little twerp. And man, did that sting. See, guys, people doing it in the chat already. The meme is dead. The meme is never dead, ladies and gentlemen. Coping mechanism? Absolutely. That's what all this is. It's a giant coping mechanism. For sure. But that's all I really got for that portion. I think then we'll look at the morgue pie stuff, because that'll give you guys like the full gambits of activities here, right? You can get a more knowledgeable votes about everything. But let me read a couple supers before we do that, and we will get into that. Genuinely have no idea what 6-7 means. Listen. It's Zoomer stuff, okay? I refuse to participate in your nonsense. Daniel Santana with a $10 super chat saying, "Hello, Rev, and let's up those likes." Let's up those likes. If you are in the chat, please drop a like on the stream. Make sure you're subscribed as well. And become a member and gift memberships and super chat. And also make sure you vote in the most bannable Twitch streamer competition with your super chat message, labeling either Hasan or Morgue Pie as the most bannable Twitch streamer as we move on throughout this stream. And we'll see who the winner is. Who is the most deserving of the TOS coming down on their dome. That's right. And Lich Emperor with the 5 saying, "I am more informed on Hasan and have to say Hasan for the ban. He's made too many threatening comments or encouraging violence. That is ridiculous." Okay, that's another 5 for Hasan. You're going to let him just run away with this, ladies and gentlemen? I don't know. David Martinez with the 5 saying, "Does Hasan have an Israel fetish? I bet you he has a body pillow." I mean, hey, the dude stubs his toe and blames Israel. Okay, and I am no Israel simp over here. Because unfortunately, if you criticize Hasan, you're called a Zionist. Because, you know, that's how their brains work over there. But yeah, he blames everything. I mean, he blamed the Kaya situation on Israeli propaganda. He believes that the Israeli propaganda machine was trying to spread lies that he zapped his dog. That's how out of touch this guy is. Hey, what's up, Malin? Welcome back from work. Hope it went well for you. And we got Benjamin with the 5 saying, "Hasan, and it's not even a competition in my mind. Not just for the most bannable Twitch streamer, but most wanted to be jailed by the public on the internet." Yeah, I think you're pretty right with that one. He is definitely the most wanted. That's for sure. That's another 5 for Hasan. And then David Martinez with another $5 super chat saying, "Actually, we do have someone on the right that looks like Hasan, and it's called Matt Walsh." Do you agree with that?
Didn't hear what? On the right, we had someone on the right that looks like Hasan. It's called Matt Walsh. No, Hasan's more attractive than Matt Walsh. Matt Walsh isn't ugly, but I think it's just different.
Yeah. Also, I don't think Matt Walsh has his build.
Yeah, that's the main thing.
But I kind of get in the face a little bit. He's also older, too.
It's just not the same.
No. No, we're shooting that one down, David Martinez.
Sorry, David. There are attractive guys on the right. I'm not saying Matt Walsh is ugly. I'm just saying it's different. Like, I don't think he's like, you know. Like
Isn't that the guy who wanted to ban anime? Correct. Yes,
guys,
he said.
On the right, we have Rev says desu.
That's right, guys. That's right. We got me. We got me. But, yo, Phantom with the Giga Revling membership. Hey, yo. Becoming a member. We love to see it. Thank you very much for that. Thank you. Yeah, guys, we have me. What else do you need? Unironically.
Oh, someone said we had Charlie.
I know. That just makes me sad. Yo, and also Phantom gifting out a membership, becoming a Giga Revling, and gifting one out as well. Based. And it's the real, or Ethereal Dragon, who's the lucky recipient. Rev is our answer. That's right, guys. I am the answer. I will figure all this out. Let me see here. I think... Let me just fix these things, and then we'll talk about the next thing on here. And we got 2 from Angel's Land saying, I thought Hasan has a MAGA body. Also ban Hasan. They said he is a progressive mind and a MAGA body. That was a real New York Times article. That was the original headline. They got bullied so much they changed it. Yes, that was a real thing. And David Martinez with the 5 saying, I meant it as an insult, not that they're attractive straw. Completely bamboozled by David Martinez. Hook, line, and sinker, ladies and gentlemen. And wait a second. Captain Jake with the 5 gifted memberships. Ayo. 07's in the chat for our W gifter. Thank you very much for that. We love our gifters, ladies and gentlemen. We love our gifters! Oh, this stuff. This next set of topics is just upsetting. But I need to reload them real quick, guys. Hang in there. But thank you very much for the 5 gifted memberships. Yeah, the new PC fund here, it's got to start moving because this is ridiculous. Having to manually reload everything as I'm doing this. I mean, I guess I could do it while I'm actually like talking, but
I'm pretty sure there's a setting you can use that will make that not happen anymore.
Probably.
I will look into it.
But also, yes, congrats to everyone who got a gifted membership. Enjoy the perks of being a Rebling. Okay, I think we're ready here. Let me switch over. Well, we'll watch that in a second. But let me switch over to Morgue Pie, because we are doing a competition here with Morgue Pie and Hasan, who's the most bannable Twitch streamer. You can leave your vote in your super chat message if you are so inclined right now. It's a Hasan, what do you call it? Hasan sweep so far. We got 2, 4, 6 super chats for Hasan, 1 for Morgue Pie. And that was the first one, so it's been a 6-0 turnaround. I'm going to try to convince you that Morgue Pie is bad as well. So, you know, there's this phrase out there, I think it's a good one. If Twitch didn't have double standards, they'd have no standards at all. Which is very true when it comes to how VTubers are treated versus FleshTubers, and how certain content creators are treated with favoritism when it comes to their TOS. And that's all because of Mr. Gooner Clancy over here. His priorities are completely out of whack. You guys remember the time where he was showing off like a new feature for the Twitch For You page? And he was scrolling through his timeline, and it was nothing but e-girls. This is a 60-something-year-old married man. If you're a married man in general and your phone looks like this, red flags everywhere. But not only that, he is the CEO of this company. It shows where his head is at. Okay? It shows where his head is at. And one of his favorite talents is Morgue Pie. Okay? Morgue Pie is an OF girl. Okay? She does adult content. And like many, she uses Twitch as a quick cash grab, where she goes onto the platform, pushes the limit, gets banned, but in the process promotes her off-platform adult content, makes a quick buck on Twitch, and promotes her other content, right? And she has been banned at least 12 times. So, yes, Hasan has deserved to be banned many times, but he's only been actually banned, I believe, 7 times. Morgue Pie has been banned 12 times at least since 2023, all for sexual content.
This is sexism, clearly.
And her longest ban, by the way, was 1 month. But if you get rid of that, there was 1 7-day ban, and the rest of them were for basically 1 day. And it's just repeated violations of the TOS. In fact, if you remember this horrific image, She was a part of that trend where she was streaming topless. She was just streaming topless, and other streamers like her, they were streaming with like physical sensor bars over their body parts. And in that scenario, and in many other scenarios, Twitch had to ban her and come up with and tweak existing rules to deal with this person who is a habitual rule breaker. Now, on a recent stream, she had this clip go viral, where she showed off her new pets on stream. And I don't really feel like playing it, but as you can see in the background, she had a man dressed in a gimp suit, acting as her pet dog, crawl out from underneath her desk and go over on a mat where she would throw treats at him and hold up a shock collar. An obvious reference to Hasan Piker. Is this morgue pie person trans? You know how many people ask that? She's not, but a lot of people ask that because of her build. But the Hasan bit, you might be asking, you know, which way, Western man? Do you want to be shocked by Hasan? Or, I guess, fed treats by this morgue pie individual? But turns out in her little bit here, she also shocked the gimp. So, you know, you're getting shocked either way, I guess. It's just a matter of if it's fetish content or not. So that's on Twitch, I guess. Yeah, it's just straight up, by the way, this is just straight up fetish content. Right there, proud and prominent on Twitch. And she knows she can get away with it. She hasn't been banned, by the way. Not banned at all. And look at the accounts promoting this stuff. Morgue Pie Simp. This is someone's son running this account. And my thing is with this, if you're going to shame Morgue Pie for making this content and Twitch for hosting it, absolutely. But also shame the people who are watching this garbage too, who are simping for this individual. It's so beyond pathetic. The whole thing, the whole dynamic is exhausting. But this person raises a point about double standards that is a little different than the usual VTuber stuff. This person says, change the genders of the two people in the video and watch the one sitting in the chair become the target of aggravated life imprisonment and social lynching. No other platform is as two-faced as Twitch. Which is very true. Okay? It's very true. If the roles were reversed and a man was sitting in his chair and had a woman dressed up in a gimp suit come out on all fours playing as his pet while he shocks her, yeah, that would be a permaban instantly. And that person would be a social pariah. But Morgue Pie does it. It's tolerated. It's promoted on Twitch, which is a 13+ website, by the way. And people call her a girl boss for doing so. Pretty sad stuff. But before we get into more of the reactions, let me catch up on these supers.
Also, I feel like people, especially women on Twitter, would be losing their minds if it was the
other
way
yeah.
around.
Oh, absolutely. 100%. 100%. Oliver with the 2 saying Hasan needs to be banned everywhere. So I'm going to assume that means you think he should be banned more than Morgue Pie. That's 2 for Hasan right there. Demon Time with the 5 saying, the oil barons have already given you so much oil. How much more money do you want from us, you filthy capitalist? Gil was right. I'm in a cult. That's right, you are. Listen. The oil barons stop when I say so. The oil barons have my back all the time. And I am a dirty capitalist. That's right. I'm a capitalist stan. I'm a capitalist head. I love capitalism. I love capitalism, Charlie. I love capitalism. I love capitalism!
I can, like, see him, like, with his little hands and like, looking up in the air and screaming.
Yes, of course. Texan Ryder with the 2 saying, can I vote for both? Sure. Yeah, we double dip here. Why did I write number 2 instead of the $sign? Oh. Interesting, and I did it twice. Almost 3 times, but thank you for that. We got a double vote. And then David Martinez with the $5 super chat saying, man in the gimp from Pulp Fiction has fallen on some rough times if he needs to resort to this. I know. Ever since the movie lost its momentum, that guy just couldn't find work anywhere else. Couldn't do it. Benjamin with the 2 saying, would Hasan be arrested, banned for doing what? Would Hasan be arrested, banned for doing what? What does that mean? Benjamin, what are you saying to me?
They mean morgue pie, but I don't know.
MAGA pie?
Gonna have to run that by us again.
You're gonna have to run that by us again. Rev says, I love capitalism. Rev says, I love money. These things are all the same. That's right. But unlike some, I'm not afraid to say it. That's right. But thank you guys for the supers, and make sure, again, if you want to vote on who's more bannable, Morgue Pie or Hasan, leave a vote in your super chat. That's right. That's right. But let's move on to some more comments here. This person asking the question, why doesn't the Twitch CEO do something about this? The answer, who do you think is in the suit? That's right. Who do you think's in this GIMP suit? Or at least wishes he was? Dan Clancy. Gooner Clancy, as they call him. Here's another quote saying, I really miss when Twitch was actually used to stream video games and building communities of gamers and not just softcore porn. Yeah, I miss those days too, but here's the thing. Everyone involved in this situation is fully aware of what they're doing. Morgue Pie is doing this because she knows it works. It gets attention, and Twitch tolerates it. Even if they do ban her, they unban her within 24 hours, and she's quoting posts, dunking on her, and even sharing and reposting people sharing her other fetish content, because that's not the only fetish content she's done in the last week. She also had a stream where she had her dogs out, pressed up against the camera, and she was painting them. That's fetish content, but that's fine. It's totally allowed in the realm of Twitch, apparently. Here's another person saying, hey, at Twitch, can I have an anime girl on a leash, or would that get me banned because VTubers are treated differently? Well, good question, because that happened to this VTuber in question here. To sum up, she had an emotes with a dog. Can I pause? Hello?
This emote was removed by
Let me
Twitch.television.
Mute it.
For
Jeez, alright, fine. We'll play the clip. But she had a dog on a leash emote, and it was banned for being fetish content. Meanwhile, Morgue Pie, over here, has gimps LARPing as her dog. I mean, make it make sense. They actually have more energy for an emote than a real set of human beings doing it.
That's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. And people are just pointing out, like, oh, so this is fine, but God forbid a VTuber shows a little bit of hip bone. Here's another one saying, it's low-key weird how Twitch has different rules for VTubers versus FleshTubers, like how is this allowed, but we're not allowed to show our models' hips. And there are different rules. I mean, after really looking at the TOS, there is more rules on VTubers, especially when it comes to attire. There are additional rules. And that is obviously very unfair. But also, the whole hips thing is a legitimate thing, because there have been many VTubers banned for showing their hips. Meanwhile, this stuff, this fetish content, is allowed to basically rip out in the open all the time. And, of course, some people are bringing up, well, what about that recent ban with Fifi? And I'm like, well, that's a bad example, because she's basically Morgue Pie, but a VTuber, because she is a habitual rule breaker who is breaking the TOS on purpose all the time, and she's been banned around 10 times, so that's a bad example. But there's plenty of good examples of VTubers being banned for the smallest things, while people like Morgue Pie, they just run wild. And here's another person saying that You know, this is all strange for a 13 plus website. Yeah, I love to ask people like Morgpie, what is your obsession with bringing this content onto a 13 plus website? Now, the counter is, but Rev, they put adult warnings on their streams. So what? Like, that's not what Twitch is for. And I blame them and I blame the platform for allowing this. They have allowed themselves to become a softcore pornography website, basically, that has a 13 plus entry. It's very, very weird that all of these parties are so obsessed with bringing adult content onto Twitch. And it makes me not feel bad for Twitch as they continue to go under. Dan Gooner Clancy. This is his vision.
He's really so gross.
He is a gross man. Okay?
He's an old guy.
He's a married man in his 60s.
I didn't know he was married.
Yes. It's very, very ridiculous.
And doesn't he watch these girls' streams? Like, people have caught him, like, in the streams and stuff.
This was his phone. He was showing off the new For You page, and it was nothing but Twitch girls. Twitch talent, I would say. The Twitch talent. But Morgpie is very upset. Yeah, she's not having this. A lot of people are making the comparison about, wow, look at how they treat her versus VTubers. And she had a lot to say about this. Okay? Is she muted? Of course she's muted. There we go.
Anytime anybody does something controversial on Twitch, the VTubers all come out. They're like, but we can't do whatever we want all the time. It's like, they're like, okay, but you can't have exposed hips. Yeah, because it explicitly says that in the TOS that you just read the TOS! You know what I do when I wanna do something on stream? I just read. I just read the TOS.
Well, you heard it here, folks. Unlike all these rule-breaking VTubers who are just running amok, Morgpie actually reads the TOS. You know what I gotta say again? Thank you, Shoe on Head, for this astounding meme that will be forever relevant in situations like this. Okay? Thank you. Because that sums up my thoughts exactly. This person is mocking VTubers, saying VTubers make it all about themselves. Number one, it's rich to hear her talking about people wanting attention when that's her entire business model, by the way. And then saying VTubers don't read the TOS. They don't understand or appreciate the TOS. You've been banned 12 times at least. That's 12 times recorded. And from my experience, these public databases for Twitch bans, they typically undersell. They don't report everything. They typically give you a lower number than what's actually there. So it might be even more than 12 times in the last 2 or 3 years. But this person is the one who's talking on the situation, saying, just read the TOS, dum-dum. It's actually exhausting. It's exhausting. And she starts getting, like, dunked on by everyone in the quotes, sharing that clip. And she comes in saying, just want to say that I love VTubers. I think they are the real pioneers of streaming. I just don't see this parallel between attire policy and someone wearing a full GIMP suit as a joke. I talk about my behind on stream all the time, but it's all in fun with no malice whatsoever. If you watch this full segment, that sentiment is clear as I break up every other sentence with praise for the VTuber community. Yeah, the flesh woman is mad about VTubers. Don't let her fool you, ladies and gentlemen. Morgpie is seething about this. She is trying to basically quell the outrage here because she might be pissing off some of her own fan base here by going after VTubers. So I guess she was doing a little damage control. pretending to not be mad about VTubers, and, well, we'll see if it works for her or not. But let's catch up on some supas. About to start dinner.
I think I'm gonna go take a bath and then I'll do dinner.
Okay. Well, enjoy your bath. Everyone wish her luck on her bath.
Why are you making it weird? Anyways, bye. Bye, chat.
Yeah. Enjoy. But let's see some more supers here before we watch, I want to watch a little video here before we head out. Demon time! With the two saying, what is up with Kill nowadays? I don't know. I have not checked in on Kill in quite some time. But yeah, that's definitely worth a little investigation after this stream. We got Trauma Tuna with a 5 saying, can we get the DOJ to invoke national security on Twitch for Hasan's behavior? One can hope, ladies and gentlemen. And Demon Time with the 2 saying, let's bring out an old classic. Be gone, God! Of course, a classic. We missed that one. Simpler times on the internet. That's for sure. Rev is a dork. No. No. Benjamin with a 5 saying, as a man, would Hasan be banned and arrested for doing what Morgue Pie does on stream? Sorry for the confusion. I wanted to get my question. Okay, I got you. So would Hasan be arrested? Well, Hasan's not getting arrested for anything, apparently. But I think that'd be a rare time where if he did that, even Hasan would get blasted for that. I mean, listen, the biggest controversy of his career was shocking his dog. Okay, that's what it took to finally get some people angry at him from his own side. And if he did this to an actual woman, maybe that would be the push needed to finally open up some eyes. That's right. Let me get an actual tally here on the most bannable Twitch streamer competition, and it's a beating, ladies and gentlemen. Goodness gracious, Morgue Pie needs some help. Well, ain't that the truth? But Morgue Pie is sitting at $7 at the moment. $7. That's what we got going for Morgue Pie, okay? Hasan has, let's see. Hasan is at 28. Ladies and gentlemen, someone could turn this around very quickly. I mean, pick your poison, okay? Are you going to let the 12-time habitual rule breaker get away with it? That easy? Or are you going to make sure that she gets banned, or are you going to make sure that Hasan gets giga banned? Is someone just going to set this one straight? I don't know. But the people are speaking. Whose time has almost run out? Wait a second. Wait, hold on. I don't even think my super chats are active on this screen right here. Yo, the Gold Recluse with the $20 super chat saying, for the Colts. By the way, do Revlings have a virtual mascot form? That's a very good question. Well, first of all, thank you for the big Giga 20. Yeah, Oil Barons rise up. But this one doesn't get a vote. Unless you want to vote, Gold Recluse, for which one you want banned more on Twitch. I will accept a second follow-up here. Yes, that's an orange super chat. Oranges for Diana. But maybe we gotta work on this Revling thing, huh? Because you guys are Revlings. And you are my cult. I mean, my dedicated followers. So yeah, maybe we gotta have like a little mascot. Even if it's like a little mini version of me. Now, of course, the one mascot would be the plushie. I mean, that goes without saying, ladies and gentlemen. But I think we need something a little more official. And also putting the phrase Revling on merch. Huh. What are the oranges for? What are the oranges for? That's right. You're asking all the important questions. And the Oshi marks. I believe we discussed this before. The Oshi marks. Oh, jeez. Oshi marks. Wasn't it just like a bat for a while? We got to figure something out here. We got so many things to figure out. Straub was talking about this earlier. Which one? What part of this tsunami of information here? Since your model is a vampire, maybe a bat. Yeah, I think we settled on bat. I could add that, right? The Revenants. The Revlings. I just like Revlings so much. I'm not gonna lie. Or a bat with glasses. Ooh. A bat with glasses. Or like, you know, 2-part Oshimark. Glasses, bat. That's pretty good. Or an egg. Oh, add an egg in as well? Benjamin with a 2 saying you should switch to oil instead of oranges, Diana. Hey, listen. The Oilers got them covered. But some oranges as well. Can't hurt. It can't hurt. But there's one more thing I want to, at least one more thing I want to react to here. Let me bring it up. Let me bring it up. The latest WestJet video. Looks like it's pretty funny. Make sure it's a fruit bat. Are you trying to get smart? You trying to get smart with me in my chat here? Now, I think in this video, WestJet's going to be talking about a video I saw that was absolutely diabolical. Absolutely diabolical, ladies and gentlemen. It was the slop tuber to school pipeline. You know, rhymes with hooter. Begins with an S. And it's a wild video about slop tubers. It's like 3 hours long. I made small cameos, no like official placement, but I saw myself referenced a few times. But it's a diabolical video, and I think that's what he's talking about in this. And it's a massive day for the unemployed, ladies and gentlemen. A massive day for the unemployed. And Phantom with the 5 saying the bat should have huge glasses that barely fit the face. You know, imagine like a little chibi, like more bat than Rev, like more of a bat than anything with some glasses on it. And that is the Revling mascot. I think that'd be pretty cool. Not gonna lie, but thank you for the $5 super. Does the bat have ribbons like your? We gotta work on this, ladies and gentlemen. Massive day for the unemployed. Yeah, I think it's time to start this one up. I'll pause the music. And let's jump into it, ladies and gentlemen. Volume's good. Okay.
Devastating day for the unemployed. I just got exposed. The drama slop to school shooter pipeline.
Real video, by the way. Real video.
Your boy is featured.
You got me.
Basically, there was a school shooter who mentioned some people in his manifesto, including Turkey Tom, iDubbbz Destiny, Hasan Parker, Mr. Beast.
Hasan Parker and Mr. Beast. Wow.
Meet our protagonist, Crime's New Roman. I mean, it's hard not to talk about the elephant.
The elephant in the room, guys. This was absolutely enraging me. Why does bro have the dogs out for 3 hours straight? For 3 hours straight. Not only does he have, like, the worst video essay of all time, he's got the dogs out. Needlessly. It's so distracting and gross. I hate it.
In the room, but I think he's doing this show on purpose. He's a bit eccentric, and I think he wants people to point this out, but why?
It's not worth it.
Why would you do that? Why would you do any of that?
All right, guys, gals, and non-binary pals.
Better intro.
End it. That's it. I'm out. I'm out just like that. Just like that, I'm out.
Than even mine, god damn. So this video's over 2 hours long, and majority of it focuses on Turkey Tom. I'm a bit of a side character. I fell off.
Now, I know what some of you are thinking. These are just dumb guys making dumb videos about more dumb guys and dumb internet drama. They are not worth taking seriously, let alone making a video
2 hours, 16 minutes, 36 seconds
long talking about them. And to that I say, you're right.
Hey, video over.
About it being dumb. However, you're wrong about it being not important.
Boo, get this.
That's me talking about every single video subject. I'm like, no, seriously. This is important, okay? This slop I'm talking about today, this is critical. Okay, this is critical to everything going on in your life. This is the most important thing yet. The biggest video yet. So I understand where he's coming from, at least on this point. Okay, this stuff, it's still important to me.
This guy off the stage. All right, enough beating around the bush. Let's hear this dude out. What did he even say?
Commentary creator WestJet, who appears to have transitioned from making Valorant skin videos to drama farming, is a rather interesting career move.
Good investment.
Progressive. I transitioned my content now.
I think,
congratulations, how stunning and brave of you.
A really good example of how the genre provided coverage of a civil court protective order against creator/sexual assaulter Tectone.
Dude, tread carefully. You're literally in what looks like Tectone's basement right now.
The judge reviewed and issued a 10-year protective order based on findings of sexual assault and stalking, requiring him to surrender firearms and maintain distance from the accuser. This is a serious judicial outcome, but WestJet...
Well, I'm glad you're talking about how serious this is while sitting here in your basement with a Capri Sun, slurping on a Capri Sun while talking about how serious this whole thing is.
Treats it as an open question and content to be picked through for entertainment.
Well, yeah, he wired me $30,000. Of course I'm going to cover for him.
Cha-ching.
This guy's just attacking me because I'm black. I literally didn't do nothing.
The video is functionally structured around a framework of legal objectivity. Civil versus criminal burden of proof. I'm not a lawyer, but... And repeated emphasis that this...
Wait a second, this guy's not a lawyer? You're telling me this guy's not a lawyer? Wait a minute. I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
Was not a criminal conviction.
I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys and conceal my bias. I want Tectone to be innocent. I like the guy. I don't want him to be a but at the same time, I'm not going to sit here and carry water for Tectone and a girl with information I don't have, calling her a liar and stuff like that.
By naming his bias and claiming his intentions to be honest, he immunizes himself against the accusation of bias to his pea-brained little audience.
More like peanut-brained. We're actually big fans of the burnt peanut here. Yeah.
He has help with this, however, by exercising clips without challenge from a guy called Legal Mindset.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. This guy wears a suit to work, so I trust everything he's ever said.
His content is...
Yeah, guys, that is a good framework of life to work on. If someone is wearing a suit, you should trust them. You should trust everything they say. Right now, I'm wearing a suit. Can't see it. I'm sitting here wearing a suit. Okay? That means I am an authority. A trustworthy authority on all subject matter that comes out of my mouth. Okay? So, just keep that in mind whenever you're listening to the things I'm saying in the stream and in videos. Okay?
Framed as authoritative legal analysis.
Again, my brother, this guy got a suit on and you got your crusties out. I'm listening to him 10 out of 10 more times.
Andrew...
Not to mention he's an actual attorney, but, you know, we'll probably get to that.
Esquire, who is provably not a lawyer.
He literally is a lawyer,
what?
though. What?
Wait, what? Is this guy just, like, trolling at this point? Just saying he's not... He's not a lawyer. Now, I don't care if he has a law degree and he's also licensed to practice as an attorney. That doesn't count because I don't like him. Therefore, I am revoking his license and his degree. This is crazy, Cope. This is stuff that Hasan said, by the way. He said he's not even a real lawyer. And Legal Mindset would address that. I remember he said basically... I am a lawyer, I have a law degree, and I am licensed as an attorney. So if you keep repeating this, you are defaming me. And wouldn't you know it, ever since then, Hasan stopped saying that Legal Mindset was a fake lawyer. It's crazy how that works.
Speaking of lawyer, recently a jury ordered Meta and YouTube to pay millions for their role in designing and promoting addictive platforms.
Clever stuff.
They knew their apps could contribute to anxiety, depression, and body image issues, but did not share those risks while prioritizing profits. The recent
Guys, I regret to inform you I do not have a sponsor for today's video. You are the sponsor of this stream. It's you. It's you and your support. That's it. I'm the Lone Ranger over here. You're all I got. I'm hanging on for dear life. You're the one saving me, chat.
historic verdict underscores the consequences of those decisions. If you or your child spent years growing up on social media and experienced serious mental health struggles, you should hear this. You may be entitled to a potential recovery of over $1,000. Morgan & Morgan is stepping up to hold these platforms accountable for the harm they have caused. You can use the link in my description or scan the QR code to take a short quiz to see if you qualify for a case. It is entirely free to do, and you may be entitled to compensation. And now let's get right back into our video.
That's right, all of you are my sponsors. That's right, even you, even you. Even you, even you, even you. All of yous. All of yous are the sponsor. That's right. I'm wearing a suit right now, guys. You have to trust me. Aw, thanks, Rev. This is the first stream I've came to you. Yo, welcome into the stream, and you learn that you're a sponsor. Okay? The Revlings Colts are your sponsor. That's right. Yeah, can we get a couple more me question marks in the chat? Just a couple more. Yo, fuck. Becoming a Revling, by the way. I gotta read a couple of these. We're a little bit behind. Thank you for becoming a Revling. Very based, by the way. Thank you for that. And Demon Time with the 2 saying at this rate, the mascot will be the glasses. Very true. Obama with the 2 saying more glasses than bat. I mean, let's be real. If we do have a little mascot, it's probably what it's going to look like, right? And Benjamin with the 5 saying Pragmata has cemented itself as game of a lifetime for being pro-naval propaganda. Pro-natal propaganda. How many families and future generations can trace origins to Pragmata? We'll just have to wait and see. Time will tell, ladies and gentlemen. But that is all the super chats and the messages for now. Let's get back into the video.
But it appears that WestJet doesn't know this.
I mean, he's literally a lawyer in Florida. What?
Because, surprise, surprise, he's also a weird alt-right loser.
The myth?
well, wait a second, guys. He's an alt-right loser according to shoeless Joe Jackson over here. So, hey, what are we going to do? He's no longer a lawyer. That's it. It's really that simple, ladies and gentlemen. Tough luck. He spoke. He's made his mind up. Legal mindset, yoink. No more status as an attorney or lawyer. You're done. You're cooked. You're finished.
It's Floyd debunked, bro. You can't even make this up. What's next? The Kirkinator? And then he cherry-picked a couple comments with, like, literally 1 like. Fair enough. Good play.
WestJet offers mild pushback on consent. Better be safe than sorry and ask every time. Framing as like a fucking etiquette tip rather than addressing the assault. This is one of the more dangerous examples of people learning misogynistic ideology through...
Bro, how are you still drinking that Capri Sun? This is like a 3-hour video. How are you still working on that Capri Sun? That should be done in like 1 to 2 minutes max. Like, is that too big for you? It's too much for one sitting? It's driving me crazy.
It being brought up as legal analysis.
I straight up said, if you're planning to record somebody having sex, you should probably ask them every time. How is that a hot take? I don't get it.
And to
yeah, what? Where is the hot take there? You disagree with that? Is that what he's saying? I really don't understand. Benjamin with a 2 saying, this stream is paid for today by me and chat. Thanks. Yeah, thank you guys. Our lovely sponsors. Chat.
Really give weight to how serious this video is. This is the closing line.
Man, these 3D bitches. On God, I'm sticking with my 2D Genshin Impact baddies from now on. I'm straight up goon maxing.
The tonal register never shifts between sexual assault testimony and masturbation jokes. They occupy the same entertainment space.
Yes, the video's gotta be entertaining. How else am I gonna get people to join the right-wing pipeline?
And because, of course I have to say this, fake accusations happen, obviously, they do, but just like Tom's coverage of trans they are wildly overrepresented compared to actual statistics.
Listen, you know, I dislike sexual assault as much as the next guy. That's some bad stuff. Boo! Don't like it.
Editing update. I found Nick Fuentes' apologism.
What? Guys win again, okay? Men win again.
What about it? I made a video about Nick Fuentes having people come to his house with a crossbow, and I said political violence is bad. And in the same...
Hey. Whoa. Slow down, buddy. Saying political violence is bad? That's awfully bigoted of you. Do you understand who you're talking about in this scenario? Even if it's someone you dislike, you're not allowed to say that. You're not allowed to say that.
Video, I even said, I'm not even American and I can get behind that idea. Nobody with politically different opinions should be targeted by violence, regardless of what those opinions are.
Spicy.
And especially if they're being said on the internet. I feel like this needs to be said because a good amount of Americans are genuinely fat and retarded, and just because I agree with Nick's notion of freedom, it doesn't mean I stand by everything he stands for. This might be a hot take, but I feel like American thinking in general is vastly, like, tribal. They're like, me as a conservative, what do I think about this situation? Or like, as a liberal, how should I take this? You can see it in this dude, the way he glosses over Hasan and iDubbbz and even has iDubbbz' comment pinned. Like, you can't...
That is humiliating. That is a humiliating thing to do. To pin iDubbbz' comments. Yeah, we know who the target audience was for this video. That's right. It was made with one man in mind. iDubbbz, which unironically from the little bit I watched, he spent a lot of the video white knighting for iDubbbz. So I guess mission accomplished, right?
Can't take this guy seriously. A literally wrote iDubbbz' old nickname on a gun, and I would never say this dude is responsible for that. Or when the New Zealand guy said subscribe to PewDiePie, would you blame him?
WestJet, again, who, remember, covered Tectone's protective order with gooning references and using cherry-picked anti-woke quips from a definitely not lawyer, covered the assault of streamer Emaru at TwitchCon with genuine outrage. Here's how it starts.
No intro today. Disgusting video happened. So this double cheeseburger Jared from Subway looking guy assaulted Emaru at TwitchCon.
For comparison, here's how his Tectone video...
Those aren't even allegations, though. That dude straight up did it. Like, what?
Yeah, hey, what is the point being made here? I don't understand.
In the Emaru video, he spends a breezy 8.5 minutes directly criticizing Twitch's security failures, calling for institutional accountability, and going so far as to even invoke the murder of Christina Grimmie to underscore the danger.
Remember Christina Grimmie? Don't ever let people forget her story. If you guys don't remember, Christina Grimmie was like a singer. Bro, again, I was reading Reddit. They made the comparison and I was explaining it. What?
He also makes a super weird claim that the previous guy who went after her shared the same politics as the Twitch CEO.
No, it's just speculation, but I bet the creepy guy who went after her in the previous years had the same politics as Dad Clan.
We literally showed this today. Wow. That became relevant. Yeah, that was his phone. That was his For You page right there. Yo, in Plasma, thank you for the Revling membership, saying, I just saw God, and he said, Desu. Is that what he said? Is that what he said? I don't know. I don't know if that's what he said, but, you know, all things are possible. That's right. But thank you for that. I appreciate that. Let's continue on right here.
so he let it slide. I mean, am I wrong though? Like,
But don't worry though, he couldn't help himself from finding a way to make a joke about iDubbbz in there.
even though I don't have empathy like iDubbbz, I could still imagine how Emeru feels. Probably disgusted.
The difference between these two cases.
I mean, this is just a trash analogy. It would make more sense to compare my Mizkif coverage because, you know, those were both allegations. Here, it's pretty cut and dry. This isn't even political, but I objectively think that Sam Hyde and Nick Fuentes are leagues funnier than Hasan and iDubbbz. Like, this dude's using a VTuber dragon. Come on, man. Love or hate Destiny, even he's leagues funnier than Hasan and iDubbbz.
Is not that WestJet doesn't believe sexual violence happens. It's that who the victim is changes whether he actually takes it seriously. Emeru is in Asmongold's orbit, an apolitical but right-coded ally.
This is so termly online. It's actually insane how termly online this is. It's like painful.
It's too unemployed even for me, bro.
Yeah.
Like, this is bad. You're right. I would have never...
Hey, yo! What the heck? Yo, Plasma with the 5 gifted memberships. Hey, yo, some 07s in the chat for our W gifter. Yes, 07 gifter. Thank you very much for the 5 gifted memberships. That's 5 happy new Revlings. That's right. I missed the old Rev video when? Oh, that's a good one. That's for a slow day, okay? That's for a slow day right there. But thank you for the 5 gifted memberships, Plasma. I appreciate that very, very much. That's right. More Revlings. More Revlings. More Revlings. More Revlings. More Revlings. One of us. One of us. One of us. One of us. There you go, folks. There you go. You're welcome.
Or defended her if she wasn't standing next to Asmongold.
For the audience watching this content, the cumulative takeaway is an affect. Sexual assault claims...
It worked! It worked! I'm a genius! Ask and you shall receive. I misclicked. Hold on. Plasma with the 10 additional gifted memberships. Everyone, stand and salutes in attention. The 10 gifted memberships. Thank you very much for that, Plasma. Very based. Thank you, thank you, thank you. W Gifter 07's in the chat. One of us. One of us. One of us. That's 10 more happy Revlings right there. You absolutely love to see it. 10 happy new Revlings.
Are probably exaggerated. Women's accounts of their own experiences are unreliable, and the whole thing is kind of funny.
To be fair, that comment was insane and a lot funnier than iDubbbz.
Dehumanization.
Oh boy. You can't say people as content when you're making an entire 2-hour plus video where you're making people as content. What?
I feel like I'm going to agree with him here. I'm not 32 yet. I don't have empathy. The thing is, it doesn't matter where you align politically. Everyone uses someone as content, no?
Are not fringe. They have millions of subs and millions of views from their audience that is overwhelmingly terminally online young men, which is the exact demographic
that also is watching your video,
Yeah.
except they're on the other side, maybe, because who
Yes.
has 2 hours of time to watch internet garbage? It's easy to adhere to something as serious.
Why does bro look like the one dude who went after Wendigoon? He actually kind of does. That was in praise of shadows. That's right.
This is a to make your, claims seem magnitudes more crazy than they are. And you know that, God forbid, something was inspired by Hasan. This guy would be doing mental gymnastics and jumping through all the loopholes, moving all the goalposts to defend his Lord and Savior. Him omitting the I.
It's Straub. What's up?
I was going to ask you, how would you feel about chicken and dumplings?
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
I just don't really want, Mexican food.
It's not going to take super long, right?
I'd say 20-ish minutes.
I'll be ready by then.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Love you.
Bye, Jack. Love you.
She's making dinners. And the Gold Recluse with the $2 super chat saying, "We are the cult of Desu. One of us. One of us." That's right. You guys are in the cult forever.
iDubbbz thing already discredits him severely. I don't got beef with this dude or nothing. I just think he's a bit chronically online because of the stuff he chooses to point out.
Turkey actually has the words real Uyghur swag on his merch website. Tom is the through line of my analysis because he is the creator of the Antioch specifically named.
Bro, most of the people he covered weren't even named. Why am
Yeah,
I
what?
catching a stray? Go after Hasan Parker. Bro, most
Also-
of the people he covered weren't even named.
Look at some of these people. Like, I noticed that, like, Hero Hayes in it, Nux, Sensitive Society. Some of these people weren't even, like, talked about. But they're in this little, like, collage here, which I didn't make the cut. I didn't make the cut. What do I got to do? What do I got to improve upon to get in the big leagues? Okay, I had a couple of my videos referenced in this documentary, but I wasn't a feature. Do I have to churn more slop? Am I missing something? It's not fair.
Named. Why am I catching a stray? Go after Hasan Parker.
Also, I'm technically half man now, but you know, who's asking?
Is that genuinely supposed to be a joke? Like, I can't tell. Gotta open a blue sky or something.
The mockery of male vulnerability.
Really? Oh, that's the example you're going with?
The dismissal of sexual violence claims, selective empathy that sanitizes white supremacy, all while scrutinizing trans and left-wing identities, functionally rehabilitating far-right figures as entertaining underdogs, normalizing the idea of weaponizing political power you don't like.
Big disagree here with me. Don't get me wrong.
Also, like, how powerful do these people think these slop tubers are? They really think these guys are, like, controlling the universe. And those guys, I mean, me included, like, have some sort of ability to, like, prop people up or tear people down at a whim. Like, we have the council of the slop tubers, and we all just kind of conspire together to take down or elevate the next target. Like, these people, they're just too termly online, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. Chicken and dumplings. Get jealous, chat. And a guy with a girl profile picture with a $5 super chat saying, my vote goes to Hasan. By the way, I drew some concept art for the Revlings. It's in the Discord server under Rev Appreciation. I'll have to look at that after the stream. And the Straub Discord server. Thank you for doing that. I eagerly awaits the results, but thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that very much.
Hasan is a moron, but he's our moron.
Etc., etc. You get it.
We
Well,
really
isn't that
don't.
The pipeline.
Isn't that kind of you guys with me? Like, yeah, Rev's a bit of a moron, but he's our moron. And hey, look, it's your boy. I made it in the background. It's like the SpongeBob meme. You know, like, there I am. You know what? It counts. It counts, I guess. And it was my more Pegasus is finished. He's finished. Finito. Done. When your bubble is all you know, people think the people in that bubble have real power outside that bubble. Yeah. It's kind of like that poll that went out to Americans asking for their opinion about Hasan Piker and if they support his views or not. And like 65% of the people were like, I have no idea who that is. That's just a refresher, right? Like, you would think anyone in the internet space, like, everyone's heard of Hasan, but you go outside of that, people are like, who? Literally, who? What? And then they hear his politics and they're like, oh, that guy's insane. Even people who are on the left, they're like, yeah, that guy, he did what on stream? Oh, no. That sounds awful. You know, and Benjamin with the two saying you and Straub should invest in a VTuber lawyer suit. You know what? If I'm feeling extra fancy, that would definitely come in handy. That's for sure.
Is embedded in the genre's self-referential nature.
Me and Diesel Patches having some ironic beef is apparently the right-wing pipeline. You can't make this up.
The genre's most important function is not algorithmic bridging. It is dispositional training, cultivating the effective preconditions that make a viewer receptive to extremist content when they encounter it.
What
Ooh, a lot
is
of big
bro
words.
even
That
saying?
actually listen to you if you were wearing a suit much better. And yes, he is right. I am irony poisoned to all hell, and I don't really care about any of this garbage. And yes, I am an apolitical centrist. I like grifting to both sides. I think George Droid and the Kirkinator have their moments.
This is Tel Aviv.
Between sexual assault.
That's the thing too. People kind of forget, because the word grifter's thrown around so much. If you really wanted to be a grifter, wouldn't you just be a centrist? Isn't that the most effective way of grifting? Wouldn't you just be like in the middle on everything? How did that just... What is that? First of all, I didn't even know we had sound alerts for that. What the heck was that? Is that a thing? Am I that washed? I don't know what that even is. The Leonard with the 20 bones. Apparently that's a super sticker or something. It worked! Right as I'm talking about grifting by being a centrist. Perfect. It's a sticker. That's a thing on YouTube, apparently. You're the first one to do it, I guess. And dang, it popped up nice and good like. You love to see it. Well, thank you very much, Leonard, for the $20 sticker. I like how you guys say that like I'm supposed to know. I never got anything like that on Twitch either. But thank you very much for that. I appreciate you. What was I even saying? Oh, yeah, if you want to be a real grifter, yeah, just be a centrist and play both sides. Why does everyone think, like, picking a side makes you a grifter? Or having an opinion, for that matter.
Testimony and masturbation jokes.
Jokes? Yeah, maybe to you. But to me, my Genshin Impact baddies are my reality. Not even the Texas government can stop my goon maxing.
Honestly?
You know, again, like I said, we could have had hoverboards or flying cars or, you know, food in the form of small pills or something like that in the future, but instead we got AI like that. I don't know how I feel about that. But that's pretty much... what else do I have to say here? Imagine giving a $20 sticker. I have 40 cents, 40-cent ones on my PC. Does that count? Of course. Of course. Also, yeah, the orange. More oranges for Diana. But, folks, as they say... Let me play some music, even though I'm closing things out here. I think that's going to do it. That's the end of that video. We've been streaming for almost 2 hours. And I appreciate you guys. I think that's really all I got for today. I want to make my second video for today live. That's right. There's another video coming your way. Coming in hot. But I think you guys will enjoy that. But I want to shut down here and go get some dinner with the wifey. We're all caught up on the super chats. No one got left out, I don't think. Good. But I think that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Speak now or forever hold your peace! Yo, Plasma with the emergency drop. The 5 gifted memberships. Another 5 from Plasma. 07's in the chats. Saying, hold on. Wait a minute. Where are you going? But thank you so much for that. And Uram with the 10. Oh, I forgot about the counter. Oh, geez. Okay. Uram with the 10 for Jank's nephew. He hates when you say that. I need to order a Revling and Strawby when I get home. Based. Thank you for the stream. Well, thank you very much. That's another 10 for Mr. Piker. Yeah, I forgot to do a final tally. Thank you for reminding me on that. And we had another sticker just proc, so that we've never had any before today. Now we've had 2. And apparently we do have a generic sound alert for it. Amazing. But yeah, in case you missed it, $3 sticker from Daniel Santana. Beautiful stuff. But let me get the final tally here. So where are we at? Unless someone pops in. Let me get the final number. Don't do anything funny. So what do we get? Oh, jeez. It was a bloodbath, ladies and gentlemen. That is $43 for Hasan in the most bannable Twitch streamer competition. 43 for Hasan. A measly 7 for Morgue Pie. She got absolutely blown away, ladies and gentlemen. And you know what? Makes sense. Makes sense. She couldn't hold a candle to Hasan. She's annoying in her own right. But, hey. What can you do? The people have spoken, and the people wanted Hasan to win the competition. The most bannable, the most TOS violating Twitch streamer out there. That is right. Well, congratulations to him, I guess. But I think, if that's all, that is the final tally. And that will also do it for today's stream. We're all caught up on everything. I appreciate all of you guys, all of your supers, your stickers as well, apparently. Also the memberships and the gifted memberships. And also, most importantly, for just stopping by and hanging out. Make sure to like the stream, subscribe if you're not already, and turn on those notifications. I might be back tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then definitely Thursday for a stream. But until then, enjoy the regular YouTube uploads and enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon, or nights. God bless you all. And peace.